So Gore's Awaken ability gives him an ability called Undermine that only he and Super Skrull has. It gives him the ability to be able to go unblockable when an opponent would auto-block. And this lets him completely ignore auto-block, obviously, because unblockable attacks can't be auto-blocked. And you get this buff whenever you trigger a Shadow Magic buff, which is at the very start of the fight, when you do a 4th light attack, or if you throw the special 3. And since you only have to throw a 4th light attack every 16 seconds if he's max sig, and then like 10 seconds if he's at lower sig, this means that you're gonna have it the entire fight quite easily. Even at low sig, this isn't that hard to keep up. So this fight here is a Peni from the Season 5 Victory Track meta that we just had. And as you can see, she triggers her auto block here, but then we have the unblockable text on the other side of the screen, which will completely ignore it. And obviously, Gore also has the ability to completely nuke down champions with usually just a single special 3. And I could have killed her 10 seconds ago, but I decided to add more debuffs when they weren't necessary. So there goes Peni. That's my first example of his auto block counter in action. Next, I have with me this Gore versus M.O.D.O.K, which M.O.D.O.K is usually the most troublesome auto blocker in the entire game, and I'm using my 3-star because I didn't have a fight already recorded, so I had to use a practice fight. And the 3-star is going to obviously have less duration because usually 3-star champions have worse awaken abilities than 6-stars. So whenever he triggers his auto block, we get the unblockable text on our side of the screen, and then we throw the special 3s at 64, and he's completely destroyed here. That's a 3-star throwing a 23,000 special 3 with very little effort, which is pretty insane. And then I could just get a second one if I just threw a heavy attack directly after. So this is Overseer, and Gore isn't really good against Overseer because of his Awaken ability, where he'd take retaliation damage because Overseer is immune to the poisons. If you're fighting an unduped Overseer though, which might not always happen, but if you ever do, Gore is going to be really good because you can't take that damage. Even if he is awakened, the damage isn't that much. Like, you'll see me take like maybe 3% of my health every time, but this is a low sig Overseer as well. I'm not sure how bad it would be if he was high sig. I don't think it would be too bad though. I'm gonna mess up here and just, like, I should have thrown a 4th light there, but I'm just spamming debuffs when I should be getting the Undermine back. And see, he's gonna throw a special attack here, and I'm just gonna get auto blocked because I completely forgot that I needed the Undermine. But, you know, I could have easily got it back if I just thought about it. So we lost some health, which will cause us to lose this round of Battlegrounds, but I definitely should have won that if I just played smart, which I didn't. So, yeah. This is Darkhawk, and the way Darkhawk's auto block works is that if you knock him down, he's going to go into shield mode, and if your Darkhawk is awakened, he's going to have a chance to auto block you depending on how high his sig is. So what I'm going to do here is knock him down with a special 2, which will trigger that shield mode. Normally you won't be using Gore's special 2, and I'm actually going to use a heavy attack here so I can cancel this stealth mode. Normally you're not going to be using your special 2 with Gore, but I'm just showing it as an example here. If you're fighting Darkhawk, I suggest you just play Gore normally, where you go straight to special 3. But yeah, heavy attack to get him back in the shield mode so I can show the thing, then 4th light so he gets the Undermine back. And then, yeah, just unblockable keeps triggering on my side of the screen. So that's another champ that just simply cannot auto block. And I'm just going to finish this fight out with a special 3 in a couple seconds. There we go. I've thrown it, and he's about to die. Next is Infinity Man, and the way Infinity Man works is that if he has 4 armor buffs, he can auto block you. And it's rare that he gets 4 armor ups when his Awaken ability doesn't trigger, but when it does, which is when he reaches 15% health, then it's very valuable to have. So like he's about to hit 15% here, he gets 10 armor ups, and then we just dash in and he can't auto block me because I'm completely unblockable once again. So there's just another champ that he counters with his Undermine. Also, Captain America Sam Wilson. This guy auto blocks special attacks when he has a certain amount of armor ups. So I'm gonna fight him until I get to my special 2, throw the special 2, and then you'll see that it's completely unblockable. Normally, once again, I wouldn't be using the special 2, but I'm doing it just as an example in case you ever need to, depending on what the nodes might be and stuff like that. So throw double medium to get debuffs, and then his armor ups are completely gone because he inherently triggered his armor up. I mean his auto block, but it didn't count because we're unblockable. Next I have Guardian, which Guardian has a chance, depending on how many force field charges he has, up to 75%. I think it's like 75% if he has 5, and then it caps at that. But he has a chance to go he has a chance to auto block my special attacks, but that won't happen because we just triggered the unblockable on our side of the screen because of the Undermine once again. Lastly, I just want to show this node combination. There's a node called True Lies that they've been using a lot recently when you want to counter auto block, and this isn't the greatest example of where it would be, but I think there was an Eternity of Pain fight with True Lies. It says that the attacker's True Strike, True Accuracy, and True Sense suffer a minus 100% ability accuracy, and that's where most champions get their auto block counter. But Undermine isn't listed there, so unless they change that node, which I don't think they ever will, Gore is going to be probably the best option for it. The only other one I could think of would be Angela, and I'm probably missing someone. Angela also would be really good for that because of her Awaken ability, giving her an auto block counter as well. But Angela's doesn't have it at the very start of the fight like Gore's does. And so I just wanted to show that node combo because if it ever comes again, Gore is still going to bypass auto block, whereas other champs might not. And with that, thank you for watching my little showcase on something Gore can do, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned something.